So when we look at what stays does, we're going to try to figure out how to put multiple dogs in the same kennel. When we look at what stays does, like if we just kind of like looked at this over here, we have SID, and then we have dog ID, and then we have end date, right? S end date, and we have S out date, and then we have kennel ID. So stay ID is just going to go up. It's just going to increment sequentially, right, for each record. And then dog ID will be like dog 4 is in at this date and in at that out date, and they're in kennel ID 2. Right, so dog, and then we'll be able to find the owner. And then like dog 5 is in here and that, and we could just say you're also in that kennel. Right? And then we could just say, you know, maybe write a query to find out how many kennels have the same, have more than one dog in it. And you know, we might have several dogs in there. Dog 7 is in kennel 8. Dog 42 is in kennel 3, right? And so we're already sort of capturing right here multiple dogs over the same date range. Those are the same, even though I didn't put the dates in. So the 3 dogs are staying in kennel ID 2. And so here, the only thing we might want to think about is if there's some way to capture what's the capacity of each kennel. I don't know if there's any rules or laws or regulations we have to follow. Like we can't make it too tight for dogs. Or, and then you know you have a kennel size, which if you have, you know, a bunch of Chihuahuas, yeah, we could put 8 Chihuahuas in that. You know, but if you have Great Danes, it's like nope, that'll only fit 2 Great Danes. And so I was thinking about like under kennel type, when we do capacity, like how many dogs could fit in here, but that's kind of hard. Depends upon the dog, the size of the dog, the capacity. So we might just leave that up for human discretion and train our people who book, or leave it up to the owner. Say, here's the size. Do you want, you know, 2 of your dogs in there? And we could say, no, that's too tight. We don't feel comfortable with that. But I think that might be a human thing because that gets a little bit more complicated. So, I don't know, a bit of a curveball asking you to figure that out. I hadn't even figured it out. But then when I walked around and looked at some of your solutions, that kind of came to me. Did anybody come up with something else?
We did. To have the adjoining.
Oh yeah, so maybe some doors, so some kennels might be adjoining, have doors that open to other kennels, so we might also figure out how to encode that. But like there's a lot of information that you start to try to capture how a business operates and store the information about it. And to be able to build software on top of that data to use it. How many people are disappointed? No? Good. That's just one. There's no right or wrong answer. There are worse answers and better answers.